Welcome to day 9 of our 14-day mindful movement challenge. Today is all about stability. So the last few days we've worked on our strength, we've worked on stretching, calming, self-love. We've been all over the place, a little bit of play. But today it's all about bringing stability, not just to our body, but also to our mind. So we'll be doing a little bit of breathing technique and working some of those muscles you just didn't know you needed to work. So grab your comfy pants, meet me on the mat. Okay, let's make our way down into Shavasana, taking a few moments to connect with the breath. So taking your feet as wide as the mat apart, just allowing the little toes to rock out to the side. Take the arms softly away from the body, palms facing upwards, and just allow those fingertips just to curl in towards the palm of the hands. Just rolling the shoulder blades under a little bit, opening the chest, and gently tucking the chin into the chest. And as always, if there's any discomfort in the lower back, do bend your knees, bringing the feet flat to the ground, and just giving the lower back a little bit of support. So your choice. Just see if you can have a little scan all the way up from your toes to the crown of the head. And just notice all of the places that you're holding tension. And then we'll take a deep breath in together. And as we exhale, consciously release that tension. Allow the body to soften. Relax both your body and your mind. And notice how when we soften the body, we soften the mind, creating that little bit of stability and resiliency in both the body and the mind. So just working with the breath here, in your own comfortable rhythm, I want you to breathe in for a count of 4, and then simply exhale for a count of 4. Just staying with your rhythm of breathing in for 4, exhaling for 4, and trying to make that inhalation and the exhalation the same length. Don't worry if it takes a little time to get there. If your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to counting in for 4 and counting out for 4. And then on your next inhalation, I just want you to notice the slight pause between the inhalation and the exhalation. That moment where everything just seems to stop and soften. And then after your next exhalation, notice the slight pause between the exhalation and the inhalation. It's almost as if you've got a 4-part breath. Just noticing those small pauses as the tide of the breath gently changes direction. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Take a deeper breath in if you feel like it. Take a longer exhalation if that feels good for you today. And then on your next inhalation, take the biggest breath in you've taken today. Bring the legs together and stretch the arms up and overhead. Stretch and re-energize the body. Point and flex the toes. And as you exhale, lower the hands down by the side of your hips. Hug the right knee into the chest, followed by the left, and gently rock from side to side. Just give that lower back a nice little massage. We're going to place our hands right the way underneath our sacrum, so right towards the bottom of our back, the tailbone. Maybe trying to make a diamond shape with your forefingers and your thumbs just to support the lower back there. Relax the shoulders and tuck your chin in towards the chest a little bit and make sure the whole of your back is connected with the ground. On an inhalation, working really mindfully, hug the knees into the chest and then extend them slowly up towards the ceiling and flex the feet. We're trying to get the legs at a 90-degree angle to the floor. Don't worry if you've got tightness in the hamstrings and you can't quite make it. Just come to wherever feels comfortable for you. Sucking the tummy in to protect the lower back. As you exhale, keep that engagement of the core, bring the knees back into the chest and gently tap the toes onto the ground, but keeping the core engaged. We inhale, bring the knees into the chest, extend the legs up towards the ceiling, flex the feet. Exhale, hug the tummy in, knees to the chest, tap the toes on the floor, keeping that stability in your muscles. Inhale, take the legs up. Exhale, lower the toes to the ground. Lovely. Don't just fling the legs up here. It's a controlled movement. You're controlling and mindfully moving your legs gently up and down. Beautiful. Now, if this is easy for you, you can move to stage 2. As you exhale, take the feet, rather than tapping on the floor, extend them out along the mat without touching the ground. Engage the core muscles, bring the knees back into the chest and extend the legs up to the ceiling. So just work with it whichever level feels nice for you today. Concentrate on mindful movement, engaging the core muscles, pressing the lower back into the ground and working with your breath. So you're inhaling up, you're exhaling down. Beautiful. We'll do 2 more, whichever variation you're taking. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Next time the legs come up, we're going to keep them there. Flex the feet, really firmly hug the navel in towards the spine. Relax the shoulders. Relax all the muscles in your face, but flex your feet and engage your inner thighs. So they're squeezing together, hugging the tummy in, noticing that strength and stability you're creating in the core of your body. And then gently release. Undo your hands, place them on top of your knees and give yourself a little shake from side to side. Place your hands on the back of your thighs now in the crease of your knees. Now, if you struggle to rock up, I know we did it on day 4, you can turn onto your right hand side and press yourself up to a seated position. If not, engage those core muscles again. As you inhale, take the legs overhead. And as you exhale, come up to that seated position, lifting and lengthening the spine. Hug the tummy in towards you. Maybe touching the toes to the floor, maybe keeping them lifted. Your choice. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lift the chest and find that stability. Breathing in and breathing out. Extend the right leg slightly up so it's parallel to the ground. Keep that chest lifted, keep the spine extended. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bring it down. You can bring your toes to the ground at any time you like, or you can lift both legs so they're parallel to the ground. You can hang on to the legs if that feels nice, but keep your chest lifted, the shoulders rotating backwards. Alternatively, you can take the hands away, coming into boat pose with a lovely big smile on your face. Deep breaths in, and as you exhale, gently release, coming into a comfortable seated position. Okay, just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Softly closing the eyes or taking the gaze down to the ground. And on your next inhalation, see if you can bring a little bit more stability to your spine here. Maybe you can extend and lengthen it slightly, and then hug the core muscles in towards your spine, creating that strength all around the spinal column, from the bottom, the middle to the top. And then gently let go. See if you can just round all the way down through the spine. And notice the difference in the energy that you feel as you bend and slouch into this pose. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine again. Engage the core muscles, lift the ribs away from the hips, and then notice the energy you feel there. Maybe a little bit more revitalizing, invigorating. And let's just slump down again and then notice how we're feeling. So if you're ever feeling a little down in the dumps, just see if you can lift out of the spine, open the chest, lift that energy all the way up to your brain, all the way from the bottom of your spine. Lovely. Let's gently flicker open the eyes. Take both legs behind you and transition really slowly into your tabletop position. So stack the hands underneath your shoulders, the knees underneath your hips. If you do have any issues with the wrists, maybe just walk the hands forward a couple of inches to take the bend out of the wrist slightly. Okay, press away from the ground here, hug the tummy in towards the spine, and scoot the right leg out behind you with the toe coming towards the ground. Keep length from the crown of the head all the way down to the heel of your right foot. And we're going to press the right foot away to come into a nice calf stretch. Keep hugging the lower tummy in towards the back of the body. Keep the length through your ribs. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift the back leg from the ground. Flexing the foot, hugging the tummy in and pressing away from the ground with your hands. Maybe see if you can glide your left hand up ahead of you, but bring the gaze back down towards your right thumb. Take the thumb up towards the ceiling, little finger towards the ground. Keep the flex in your right foot. Find stability in your pose. Keep the core engaged. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, mindfully bring the hand and the knee back down to the ground. Beautiful. Sway the hips from side to side. And then sink your hips back onto your heels into a very soft child's pose, trying to bring the forehead to the ground. And just give those fingers a little open and close. And we'll press all the way back up to our tabletop position. Again, press away from the ground, hug the tummy in, scoot the left leg behind with the toes coming towards the ground. Really engage and lift up those core muscles, and then press the heel away. Find the stretch into your calf muscle and find that length all the way up the back of the body to the crown of the head. Gently lift the left leg, rise it up so it's parallel with the floor. Flex the foot to engage the core, the glutes. Suck the tummy in. And then see if you can rise the right arm, take it ahead of you, thumb up towards the ceiling, little finger to the ground, take your gaze down to the ground. And again, find that stability, but find that stretch at the same time from your right fingertips to your left heel. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your right hand and the left knee. Take the knees nice and wide apart, big toes together. Sink the hips down to your heels. Walk the hands out in front of you. And seeing if you can lower your forehead to the ground. Opening up into the hips. And again, remember, if the forehead doesn't reach the ground, just use your hands to make a little cushion. so that the neck can be supported. And just take a couple of deep breaths in here and a couple of deep breaths out. Walk your hands out in front of you again if you were using your hands as a pillow. Inhale, float up through the spine, bring the knees back in together, tuck the toes under and lift your hips up towards the ceiling, coming into your downward dog. So don't worry about the heels pressing towards the ground yet. Really shoot the hips up towards the ceiling. Sink the chest down towards your thighs and your gaze goes towards your knees. Glide the shoulder blades down the back and then see if you can press the heels down towards the ground. Beautiful. Hug the tummy in. Make sure the weight is even between your hands and your feet. And then we'll walk the feet up towards the hands, bending the knees and coming towards the front of your mat. Take a soft forward fold. Release the crown of the head towards the ground. Nod and shake your head to release any tension in the neck. Relax the shoulders. Keep a nice bend in your knees if that feels nice. And then maybe just try to straighten out through the legs just a little tiny bit. And then bend through the knees. Take the arms ahead of you. And slowly, slowly rise all the way up to standing. And release the hands down by the side. Beautiful. Okay, let's find that stability and a little balancing pose today. Bring your feet together. Bring the hands to prayer in front of your heart. Shift your weight into the right foot. And really find a good connection with your foot on the ground. So you're working into all four corners of the bottom of your right foot. Come up onto the toes of the left. And you can either keep the big toe on the floor if you're struggling with your balance today. Or maybe see if you can lift your right knee up towards your chest. Really grounding down through your right leg. And we're going to inhale and float the right arms up towards the ceiling. The right arms, both arms, sorry. Reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keeping the right arm up in the air, bring your left hand to your left knee. I'm going to just hug the knee in towards the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, see if you can take the left knee around to the side and then lower the right arm out to the side. Stretch your fingertips away. Press your knee away and lift up nice and tall. Open your chest nice and wide. Turn the corners of your mouth up and smile. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the knee back to center. Take the right arm back up towards the ceiling. Raise the left arm to meet the right. Breathe in deeply. As you exhale, just lower your left leg to the ground. Notice it as it connects with the ground, the toe, the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. One more deep breath in, lengthen through the spine here. As you exhale, allow the arms to gently float down by the side. Okay, you know what's coming now. We're going to do the same on the other side. Oh, excuse me, very noisy helicopter going overhead. Okay, let's shift the weight into the left leg. Bring your hands into prayer. Come up onto the toes of your right foot. You can stay here if you'd like to, or you can lift the knee all the way up towards the chest, pointing the toes down to the ground. Open the chest and really find the connection of your left foot with the ground. Inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Lengthen out of your spine. And then bring the right hand onto your right knee. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take the right knee out to the side. And lower the left hand to reach the left hand away and the right knee away. I think that helicopter might land nearby at the moment.
Lovely. So just notice the focus you have with any distractions that are happening. Just embrace them. Take a deep breath in, take the left arm up to the ceiling, bring the right knee back in, and then we'll raise the right arm up to the ceiling, lifting out of the body, lifting the knee up. As you exhale, lower the right knee down towards the mat, noticing as your feet connect with the ground. So notice the toe, the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Inhale, lengthen out of the spine, hug the tummy in. Exhale, very, very slowly release. Bring your hands to prayer. Softly close the eyes. And be aware of your breath. Inhale for 4. Pause. And exhale for 4. And pause. Inhale. And pause. And exhale. And pause. Just take a moment of gratitude for yourself turning up to this practice today, for your body and your mind stability, and then we'll take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, send that gratitude out into the universe. And that completes day 9. Softly flicker open the eyes. Om Shanti. Namaste. I'll see you for day 10.